Are you there?
All right, we're back live here on this Monday morning. We mentioned the top team in North Dakota boys Class B basketball, the Wilton-Wing Miners, who are rolling through a dynamite year. They started their season with a victory over the defending state champs in boys Class B basketball. It's our pleasure to be joined by head coach Scott Wolff, who's taking time away from being out in the field to give us a few minutes this morning. It's great to visit with you. Congratulations on what's been a dynamite year. I know expectations were high, but to have this kind of year, has that even impressed you of what's happened so far?
Well, first off, thank you, and thanks for having me on. Last year we had a great season, didn't end the way we wanted to, but we knew we brought back all 5 starters and a good B squad. So we had high expectations, but if somebody would have said you're going to go 19-0 with the schedule we had, I probably would have shook my head a little bit and said, I don't know about that one.
And the way you started it, you didn't ease into the schedule at all. You played West Hope right off the bat. What did that do confidence-wise to beat them? I know it was game 1, but to get the champs in the first game of the year.
Oh, it was great. I mean, we knew going in that we could play with them because, we play a lot like them, get up and down the floor and go, and it was just going to come down to who probably shoots the ball a little better, and it was a tight game. They actually had a pretty good lead on us in the second half, and we just kept grinding, and then next thing you know, we were up in the fourth quarter, and then we got a little lead on them, and it came down to free throws at the end of the game, and but it was a big confidence booster for the kids, like, hey, we can beat anybody, and it probably helped us all the way through. I mean, we played, and the next time we played Beulah, who was a heck of a basketball team, and that was a tight one.
To have this kind of year, describe what it's been like around town. How has this built over the last couple months? And now you're getting to the fun time. Has the intensity around town picked up? Like, okay, hey, you guys have a chance maybe to win this thing.
Well, I tell you what, yeah. I mean, I've been around, Wilton-Wing for many, many years, my whole life, and it seems like every home game, it's like a regional championship. I mean, everybody just comes out. It always helps when you're playing a top 10 team or a real good basketball team. But yeah, we've gotten fans that have came to games that I've never seen before. These kids, they fill the stands up every game. The support has been unbelievable in the community.
To be ranked number 1, how did you handle this with the guys? You mentioned you have all your starters back, so they're experienced, but this is a new level of attention. How have you handled that with them to say, okay, we got a big bullseye on our back now?
Well, it's good and bad. I've been asked this quite a bit, and the kids, they took it really well. They just go play, and that's what they've done all year long, just taking it one game at a time. We really don't talk about it. The kids know and I know it's just rankings. It means nothing, but it definitely made everybody come out and give us their best, which I feel made us a lot better. So that part I liked about it. But we're not overlooking anybody because, like I told the kids after Saturday, it's like tomorrow morning we're waking up and everybody's 0-0. You got to bring in tournaments or you're going home.
To beat New Rockford Cheyenne to finish the regular season unbeaten, tell me the locker room, what was that like going in after winning that game on Saturday?
It was great. The atmosphere was great, to end especially for these seniors to end it that way. And to make history, with Wilton-Wing to go 19-0 in the regular season, and then to do it on a really, really good basketball team that brought it, and it was back and forth.
Yeah.
They're big and physical, and they're probably going to get to a state tournament. They're that good, and it was fun. Both teams went back and forth. They gave it everything they had. We did too, and we just had a little lead at the end there and made some free throws to finish it.
All right, so now it's on to districts, then regions. So now the fun starts. So how does that change now knowing, okay, what you mentioned is great, but your whole goals are literally ahead of you for the next 3 to 4 weeks?
Correct, yeah. Going into this district tournament, we're excited. No doubt about it. The kids, they're focused, and we've been consistent all year, and they're real positive. The good things are going to happen, but we're just going to take it one at a time. I mean, there's some really good teams in our district, and it's wide open for that district championship. And the main goal is to get in that championship game, because you don't want to be in a play-in game to go to regional. So we're not even thinking about regionals right now. We're just going to be, focused on the district tournament and, just take it one at a time.
So you took my next question out of my mouth here, because if you make regions, then it's with this new format, it's not one and done anymore. How does that? I know you're not playing for that, but how does that change mentality, knowing you don't want to lose one, but if you do, it's not over?
Well, correct. Like I said, the first one's the main one. And that other district out there they're all really even. They've all beaten each other. I really don't know who the best team out there really is. I mean, they've all got losses. The ones beat the 8. I mean, 8 beat 1. I mean, they're all really even out there. So who knows who's going to win it out there? And you get into that regional tournament, it's like I said, every game is going to be tight. I think there's going to be 8 teams in there that all can win a regional championship. But there's no doubt we definitely want to, win that first round if we can get there and hopefully get to that championship. And like I said, because you go up north, those teams are really good up there as well.
Yeah.
So I definitely wouldn't want to be in a playing game. But like I said, we're gonna take it one at a time, and we feel like we can win that region. But there's a lot of other teams that they feel the exact same way. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I know how special it was, Scott, a couple years ago when the girls made it to state and won a game there, and the amount of people that came to Minot that year was crazy. Have you let your mind go there to say, boy, if we were able to do this, what this scene could be in Minot in a few weeks? In the back of your mind, if you let it go there?
There's no doubt. I do think about it. How do you not? The kids think about it a little bit. We don't talk about it a lot, but you definitely got to talk about it a little bit. I mean, they want to work, and this is where they want to be. They want to get there. We know it's going to be tough getting there. We feel like we're good enough to get there, and if we can get there, I think we can compete very well. We've beaten, I think there's 9 teams that have been in the top 10 or receiving votes, and then that's not counting the A division. So we've played the good teams, and I feel like we're there.
Did you schedule that way on purpose this year, about knowing the kind of team you had?
Yes. Even the year before, we tried getting as many good games as possible, and I like to play the toughest ones we possibly can get, and next year we're lining up even, it's going to be really good next year as well. And I love to play those games, win or lose, that are tight. That's what makes you better.
I know a lot of attention invariably, Scott, goes to the east side of the state, especially in Class B. What do we not know about the western side of what boys Class B basketball is right now, and where is it standing at?
Well, like I said, if you go in the north, there's that District 6 up there. There's 4 or 5 teams that are incredible basketball teams. They could all be in the top 5 in the state tournament. But obviously only 2 or 3 or 1 might get there. Like I said, you go out and west to the west there, and there's Bowman and Henninger and Flash. I mean, all of them teams showed signs of really good basketball, teams. And we've played some of them teams, and we've played the Lintons and not Hankinson, but the Rockfords and some really good basketball teams from the east, and they've competed well with us. So I think the whole state has got a lot of good basketball teams in it. You've
been doing this a bit. How much fun are you having with this? You just 19-0. You got everybody's attention. Number 1 ranking. Just is this I would say, is this a dream for a longtime coach to have this kind of year you're having?
It's been a lot of fun, and like I said, I started with these boys when they were 2nd and 3rd graders.
Wow.
I have been their only coach, and I've took them all the way through. And there's been good times and there's been bad times, but I tell you what, the memories will last a lifetime, and it'd be pretty cool if we can end and make it to a state tournament. But like I said, we're just gonna take it one at a time and enjoy the moment. The kids are having fun. It's been a great year so far.
How much of an unspoken bond do you have with them? Like, you don't even need to say anything at practice, and they know what you want, or certainly during a game what you're looking to do.
Yeah, they all know. They know what I'm about. Like I said, and I treat them all like they're my son. And it's been fun. I mean, it was tough here Saturday night, knowing that was the last game I was going to coach those seniors on that home floor.
Yeah.
It was a little tough on me. There's no doubt about it. But I tried to stay tough.
And you're telling me no tears, or did you break down a little bit, which is fine?
I held it in pretty good until the game was over, and I had all 4 of them together.
That's awesome.
Chat. It was pretty tough. It was tough.
That's
they're
awesome.
Good kids, no doubt about it. On and off the floor, they're great kids. They're fun to be around. There's no doubt about it.
Before I let you go, what's made this team so special in your mind? You mentioned the togetherness, the cohesiveness. What athletically, what is different about this team? You think that, hey, we can go do something over the next 3 to 4 weeks?
Well, I'll tell you what, they play so well together, and they've been consistent and focused all year long. I mean, when a team can average 20 assists a game, they share the ball, they know their roles, and they do a nice job with that. And like I said, they know each other. They've been playing together for 10 years, and they're ready for this, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But they're focused. I mean, we're ready to go.
I really appreciate you doing this. I know you got to get back to a real job. What I do is fantasy. You got a real job. Thanks so much for this. Good luck the rest of the way. Hopefully we catch up soon, okay?
All right, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me on.
Scott Wolff, head coach of the Wilton-Wing Miners, the number one ranked team right now in the Class B boys division, 19-0. You look the last ranking that came out. And I mean, we already had North Border on. We had Sandy Laxdal on a couple weeks ago, the head coach of the North Border Eagles, who are ranked number 2. West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn, you know them. They're the reigning state champs with one Walker Broughton. Bishop Ryan is ranked 4th. Our Redeemers is 5th. So Minot is well represented in the top 5. Hankinson's having a dynamite year at 6. Midway, Minto, New Rockford, Cheyenne, who Wilton-Wing just beat on Saturday. And then Oaks and Velva wrap up the top 10. And I know what you're thinking. It's like, well, this is what Class B is about. But I will throw in there are 2 private schools that are in the top 10. Invariably, it is what it is. But those are the type of schools, quote unquote, that I think the hardcore Class B proponents and fans want to see at the Minot State Dome here in a few weeks. They would love to see. I'm telling you right now, when the Wilton-Wing girls made it 4 years ago, 21, that was outrageous time. They were over the moon. And then they won a game in the first round of that tournament that year. They brought a ton of people. If the boys happen to do it, look out. Same, with Pembina, that's North Border. That's a ton of people there. I know because I had an email come in when we had Sandy Laxdal on. That's Pembina, Walhalla. That's that co-op that makes up North Border. They would bring it. And if we saw it firsthand what West Hope did last year in person at the Minot State Dome. I mentioned every day we got a state tournament or a tournament going forward. It's going to be great stuff the rest of the way. We'll take our last break. We come back. We'll get you ready. Got a busy sports Monday. We're televising part of it. And a heck of a lot more. A couple other emails to get to as well as we say so long on this Monday morning edition of Hot Mike. Wraps after this.